a client and himself. And that is the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give it the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. It's almost as though he was mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his client and himself thing? It seems that to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. This is not very relevant. Hey, it's fine, Pix. I mean, I can find another way to do like link purchase. The trust between yourself and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why I trust in firing in this manner. This is the first time one of my clients have ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did, yes, that person would be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough! Please no more! Very well. It was only a hypothetical anyway. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It does not matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. You... Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? Oh, no, I did not say anything. The judge had better watch himself. But this trust is not... He's about to break this trust regardless. I'm sorry, but... well... You already said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. Oh, speaking of... I should really have my phone, because I think I might have some, like... Where's my phone? Meh. Oh well. Nah. Could you fetch my phone, please? It's either on the table in the hall or in the bedroom. Thanks. Thanks, love. Oh, I'm almost out of power. That's a problem. That is a big problem. Okay. And that is why you feel you can betray this person. I have no trust relation with a client who cannot understand their assigned role. Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. Welcome to crack. Welcome to crack. If you can't, then I'm afraid we cannot proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really? In that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek. Yeah, it is. It is very nice, Alex. You have made it crystal clear that you value your trust above all else. I believe you're ready. Excellent. What is it? No, I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. John Corrido? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. What? Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier. Pray tell what you're talking about, Mr. Prosecutor. I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I am sure in order to get an audience with his court, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Matt Engarde, perhaps. I knew it. This is outrageous! I was deceived! This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you are the one who summoned this witness. You, Shelley the Killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt Engarde, am I correct? All I wish to do is help to procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided a suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there's a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. Most definitely of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client who requested a murder was not the defendant at all. No. With all of this evidence, it is obvious to me that Mr. Matt Engarde is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please, continue the discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately. This case is long, Pex. It's super long. But now, with the way this is going, Engarde will be found innocent. This may be his last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And Engarde, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? We have so much stuff left here. Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shall the killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me! Listen everyone, please! The testimony just now, it was all just one big lie! Miss Andrews, the suicide note might have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he is the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie. But the killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and the button, done in the nickel samurai costume. But that's... You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste impacts us a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against those who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. I know. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is, tell them. Please, help me. I'm getting teary-eyed just getting into like Adrian's voice act lines here. Just get like feeling the waterworks here. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask for the defense for any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Oops. Do I take a not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? So, what do we do? Phoenix, I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept you're not guilty. You are a lawyer, I know, but Matt Engarde is a killer, a murderer. I can't. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than Engarde. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the facts. It's because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten Engarde convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'll be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him. Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But the witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. To see through this, to witness lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. This case is amazing. It's just super long. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Very well. This trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish a connection with Mr. the Killer. Right away, Your Honor. Has the verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk to you a little bit more. About? All you need is from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done? But what shall we have him testify about now? Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? As I have already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of a crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew that from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That is the act I was referring to when my client had broken the rules. This is most unexpected turn of events for the fifth time now. However, this time everything has finally been revealed. Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. We still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question a witness, as if I have a choice here. Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense case. If you scrutinize the testimony then I'll expose the lies in that so-called also beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. It makes two of us. Yeah, Felix in the same room. What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicions on his end. But if I had to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit. Yes? How much is your fee? I see you're also a quite dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. No. I'm not thinking about hiring Mr. Wright. Yes? You want to kill me! You want me dead, don't you? What? Why do you think something like that? Okay, I need some water. Give me a second, I just require water because my throat is killing me. Ow. Yes, it is amazing. I don't blame you for that, fair and well. Oh yes. The next game has an amazing section with Edgeworth. It is so fun. Look forward to it. Witness, let's continue. Why did you just close your name to your client? Of your client? They are a client, are you not? I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiding another to kill. If I had a problem with such a thing, I would be very, very efficient at my job. Ah, yeah. Well, a change in occupation might be good for you. However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. That goes without saying, Mr. the Killer. And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought they could run away from their guilt. Oops. Are you talking about the button and the knife? Yes, and my business card. Oh, this card. So that no one has to waste their time, including the police. I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible. You try to make things easy. My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service. He is pretty devoted to his work. But to disregard everything, to go and stab the deceased with a knife, and even hide the card from my sight, that is not something I can overlook. It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being here. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing? That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for your alibi as well. Ah, no, I already told you. I have no intention of using your services ever. The judge is giving us a suspicious look. Why does he keep looking at me like the on trial here? From the very beginning? That is correct. From before my client visited the room. All of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. I wonder if that is really true. That is odd. So why do you think your client did that? What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around at the scene of a crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway? That is true. I assume it was probably done to frame Mr. Engarde. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it? Sadly, that is not possible. Huh? My job is to kill. That is all. And to leave my business card behind, naturally. The business card is my client's, so that my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall. And that's all you had to testify? Yes. And I pray I will never have to be called to the stand again. Again? As in you plan to continue? I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? Excuse me? No, I'm fine, really. Are you really now? I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What are you going to do now, Phoenix? All I can do is expose the lies. That's true. However, you realize that would be very bad for our client, right? I'm so confused. But one thing I know for sure is that I can't let this trial end yet. This is not the case because we have a this one. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. the Killer. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea what that Joan Corrido had been killed. But how? How would you know that? From this wine glass, Your Honor. Yep. Felix can bullshit his way out of everything, so naturally he makes for a good killer to just, you know, bullshit his way out of everything the police tries to pin on him, right? The glass. Mr. the Killer's supposed client through Miss Corrido had already fainted. Which is why this white glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. Sorry, Pix. But that isn't just part of Miss Adrian Andrews' calculated plan. That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind. I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? Sorry. Blackcurrant is amazing though. Strangely enough, I have the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask for such a minor detail? It is not a very important point anyway, correct? I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Corrido's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never a client at all. How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Phoenix, if the killer figures out what we're up to, we'll be in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know that you can't say things like that without any evidence. Ah, sorry. Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you. Anyway, I am positive that there's a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now, I have to buy us as much more time.